Hello and welcome back to the Rod Lopez Show. I am your host, Rod Lopez, evidently. As you know, the show has been canceled. It was canceled for 2 seasons. The reason for that is that our budget was skyrocketed. It was just too high. We bring all these filmmakers here, actors, and you know how these people are. We were flying them from all over the world. We have people here from London. We have people here from Spain. And you know how that is, they have to stay at the Hyatt downtown, the greatest, the most expensive hotels, limos, and we got to the point that we just couldn't do it anymore. Our budget went from about $50, it went to about $150. And that may not sound like a lot to you, but when you're talking public access, $100 for the show, that's like saying $200 million, in case you didn't know that. I do want to say to my fans, I am a little disappointed because I found out that while we were making the show, while I was out on the street, people pretend like they didn't recognize me. I mean, here I am going to stores, going to malls and stuff, and people are just walking by me like I'm nothing when they know who I am. Sure, I'm not at the status of, say, Conan O'Brien or Jay Leno, but sure, I am a star. I am a celebrity, and I want respect, and people just walk by me like I'm nothing. Sure, I'm not making $10 million a year, okay? I want to be clear. I'm making about I make about $15,000 a year. But that's not the problem here. The problem here is, if you're a fan, you're supposed to be a loyal fan. So whether I do the show, whether I don't do the show, I think people should always, be the same to me. If you don't like me because I'm beautiful or because I look good, well, that's a different story, But don't hate me because I'm doing a show and I'm trying to make it. Today we have a great show. We have an excellent show, one of the best shows. I know sometimes I have said that, and then it turns out that the show wasn't that good. But today that's not the case. That's not the case. We have a good show. We have an excellent guest, filmmaker Julia Cray is going to be on the show. So when we come back, Julia Cray is on the show.
Ma'am, I'll have to ask you to move to the rear of the bus. Please move to the rear of the bus.
Hello and welcome back to the Rod Lopez Show. Joining me now, filmmaker Julia Cray is on the show. How are you, Julia?
I'm doing very well.
Doing very well?
Yes.
You feel good? Are you comfortable?
Kind of comfortable, yeah.
Okay. Are you hot?
Am I hot?
Yes, this lights
People tell me I
make
am.
people hot.
Yeah.
No, you are beautiful. But we'll talk about that after the show.
Sounds good.
Yes. Julia, this show, in case you don't know, is geared towards independent filmmakers.
Mm-hmm.
So we like to bring independent filmmakers, such as yourself, to talk about your experiences, and that kind of stuff. I just want to start by asking you, we like to start by asking simple questions,
Okay.
like what school did you go to?
Well, I went to Villa Julie College, and I just graduated in May.
Okay.
And, yeah.
How is their film program?
Well, I was more towards the video aspect.
Video aspect. Okay.
By the time I became a video major, it was split into 3 sections. It wasn't combined film, theater, and video. So I chose video because it's cheaper to do than film, I think, isn't it?
I didn't know that. But it's
Well,
good that you
film's
mentioned that.
expensive.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
And I felt that their video program was bigger. They had more equipment for video there. So that's why I chose that.
But did you actually work on films while you were at Villa Julie?
No,
No?
I did not.
Alrighty, okay. How long were you there?
4 years.
4 years?
Yep, I was originally a psychology major, and then I became a video major. So I had to...
How did that happen? How did you go from psychology to
Well,
video?
when I first went to Villa Julie, I wanted to do video, but because my brother went there and did the exact same thing, I didn't want to be just like him. So, and once he graduated, I figured now I can follow in his footsteps, and I knew it was something I wanted to do because I'm a creative person.
I see that.
So.
You are. You are.
You think?
People, she is very creative. How many film projects or video, filmmaking, video making, how many did you do while you were at Villa Julie?
I only had 2 because I was really only a video major for 2 years.
Okay.
But I took, I guess, 4 years worth of video classes in 2 years.
Okay.
But I worked on 2. One was my video production class, so we had to do from the beginning till the end, write the script till all the way to editing. That was, which was my favorite project.
Okay.
The other one was my so-called documentary, but they don't want it any longer than 10 minutes. So
I see.
those were my 2 projects.
I see. During this, the time that you work on these films, do you work with a crew? Do you work by yourself? Some independent filmmakers I know, they have done a number of projects, and sometimes, because of money, because of whatever, they work by themselves. Was that the case with you, or did you have a crew? How did that?
With my video production one, which is called Spycotic, and I think you're going to show a clip of that.
Yes, later on we will.
That one I was supposed to work with people because that's something they want you to learn there is how to work well with other crew members, and so I worked with 2 other guys, and we collaborated. We wrote the script together. We didn't want any more people because it was more complicated. The more people you had, the more complicated it was. So we did the lighting, everything that's involved in a production, and I tried to do all the editing because that's one of my favorite things to do. And there was kind of some tension between us because they wanted to edit, but I like to edit. So, but we ended up sharing most of the duties, and our product came out pretty good. We got an A.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
A's are good.
A's are good. Now, if you have gotten a B, would you have been disappointed?
Yes, I would have.
Okay. What is about the filmmaking process, what is the thing that you enjoy the most?
Well, I like the very beginning aspect, coming up with the idea, and the writing. I love to write, and that's something I want to pursue eventually.
Okay.
Screenwriting.
Screenwriting.
Yes, and I love to edit. I just like the technology, the nonlinear editing, preferably.
What system do you work on at the editing?
I first learned nonlinear. The first one I learned nonlinear was Final Cut Pro.